guys, welcome to another session of the Whiskey Diaries. I'm your host Martin Lang. We're here at Death and Taxes. Today we're going to talk about a very unique whiskey, the Octomore. The Octomore is created by the distillery Bruichladdich and is behind the mastermind of Jim McEwen. This gentleman decided in 2008 that he wanted to create the most peated whiskey in the world. Apparently the story goes is that he didn't really like people saying that Bruichladdich wasn't peated enough. So that's only hearsay, don't quote me on that one. But basically what he wanted to do and what he set up to do was to create the most peated whiskey in the world. It's really complex to do that. Like, it's not something that you can just grow, put grain and just fill it with smoke and then go like, oh, that's the most smoky. It actually takes a lot of practice and a lot of effort because the actual grain can only contain so much smoke before it actually toasts, or it just doesn't have any flavor whatsoever. Now the first Octomore was released in 2008 as the version 1.1. It was only actually 80 ppm, so that's still double of what Ardbeg is. And then the 2.1 version was about 143 ppm. ppm, if you haven't seen it in another episode of ours, is actually parts per million of phenol. Phenol is what actually creates the chemical that actually creates the smoky flavor. Now, these whiskies have gone through a lot of different releases, and what Bruichladdich is famous for is always experimented in new casks and new version. And these guys started with doing 1 or 2 releases every time they did one. So there was only one 2.1, then there's 2 3.2s, and so on and so on. Since the version 7 series, they started releasing 4 at a time, so 7.1, 2, 3, and 4. And all of them have different variation, different casks, different ABVs and different aging. The minimum age that you can expect from an Octomore is about 5 years old. The main thing about it as well is all cask strength. They all come at over 55 ABV. This one that I'm holding right now is 61.2. This is the Octomore 8.3. This one has been aged for 8 years, and it's a ppm of 309 ppm. That is crazy. That's I don't know, that's 5 times more than Ardbeg. And also it's not 8 years, sorry, it's 5 years. Now, each one has the individual casks. Sometimes they use Aquitaine cask from France. Sometimes they use sherry casks, American oak. But they believe that the 5-year mark is basically what creates the best age for carrying those phenols and making super smoky. Now, one of the things that you really have to consider about this whiskey, and that is so interesting, and that's why I believe it's so interesting, is because they're packing this with so much phenols and so much smoke, but at the same time you can actually taste fruitiness and like different flavors, and it's a really, really, really complex whiskey. It's not just about the smoke. The other thing as well, obviously I forgot to mention, Octomore is actually a farm that used to be a distillery between 1816 and 1852. So they actually used to produce whiskey there. Now Bruichladdich took it over the early 2000s, and then they started producing what you can see now in these bottles. It's an incredible strong whiskey, so this one definitely needs to go with water. Obviously I would say just to take the first sip and just have a little nose when it's fresh and it doesn't have any dilutions, but it's a bomb. It's actually just wow. It's just you feel like you're in a campfire. Literally, when you're in a campfire and the smoke turns around, the wind turns around and the smoke goes straight into your face. That's basically what you're smelling right now. It's unbelievable. Ooh, but yeah, you can taste the 60% alcohol. So after that, you probably want to add, I will say, almost 8 drops to this one, just to open up a little bit more. And then after that, what I could already taste on the previous flavor was a lot of dried apricots over the smoke. And there it goes. Yeah, opens up, and then that comes the vanilla from the American oak. And wow, yeah, dry apricots, dried fruits, but Jesus, that's a bomb. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. Salam Jabba.